Welcome back. Deja vu all over again. We are now 11 days away from a potential government shutdown. House lawmakers reportedly working on a short-term bill to fund the government beyond the November 17th deadline. Speaker Mike Johnson told me 2 weeks ago that there could be a continuing resolution to take us to middle of January. He said laddered continuing resolution, which would be spread out over deadlines for individual appropriations bills. Joining me right now is South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman, a member of the House Budget and Financial Services Committees. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. Where does the House stand on these bills right now? What do you think is playing out?
Well, here's the good news, Maria. I mean, it is 11 days before the 17th, and what each committee is doing is meeting. We're working. I'm excited about the numbers that are being suggested that are going to lower this deficit and hopefully keep each one of the remaining bills out. As you know, we should have had them done back in June or July. THUD is what transportation will be considering this week. And we're working. And so would a continuing resolution, is it likely? Probably. But we trust Mike Johnson. We trust he's working, and he's putting the committees on full force to do what they have to do to come up with these top line numbers and get them before the Senate so that they can either act or not act.
Okay, so in terms of that continuing resolution, Mike Johnson, when he was with me a week and a half ago, said that he would be willing to do a continuing resolution until January. I know that was the big heat within the House. Many of your colleagues did not want a continuing resolution. Would you say that everyone's on the same page, that you would actually see the votes for something like that?
We weren't on the same page, to be honest with you, Maria, under Kevin McCarthy, because we didn't think it was genuine. We didn't think it really was, it really wasn't any excuse to be at this deadline where you have Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. So to answer your question, yes, I think we are. I think it'll probably be January or February, which will give us time with the holidays coming up to get numbers in place for the Senate. And I think it will pass the House, as you can see in the latest bills that have passed in pretty good order, and with the Republicans uniting behind him.
Yeah, okay, so I want to get your take on where the money for Israel stands. Tens of thousands of anti-Israel protesters in D.C. over the weekend. Some seen defacing multiple monuments, wrapping Palestinian flags around a statue of Benjamin Franklin. Congressman, I mean, this certainly looked like an insurrection. I'd like to know who's being held accountable. The White House's gates also vandalized with red. Several protesters trying to scale the fence. Police reporting only one arrest. Fox News' Griff Jenkins interviewed some of the protesters. Watch this.
I am not going to condemn Hamas.
Should Israel exist?
There's no Israel.
Israel is a fascist state. Yeah, and I'm anti-fascist.
Congressman, your thoughts on what took place yesterday in Washington and Saturday?
First of all, this should come as no surprise, Maria. The Biden administration has condoned lawlessness without consequences. You don't tear down statues. You don't deface, spray paint gates and the faces of buildings. And it started back during the riots when, over 50 cities with billions of dollars of destruction without consequences. You don't put up with that. This administration has condoned it. You had a vice president that put bond money up for this to pay the ones that are doing the damage to get out of jail, and it's just not right. But it should come of no surprise. That's why America's on fire, and that's why the world is.
Well, I mean, and then we see all this jail time for anybody who was there on January 6th, and yet you see this kind of an insurrection, and, you've got one arrest. And then there's the ineptitude at the border. Texas authorities have arrested an illegal migrant from Palestine. He was reportedly caught with a pistol. The indictment showed he was, quote, conducting physical training and has trained with weapons to possibly commit an attack. The man also reportedly planning an attack on Jews, Congressman. How did he get here? Well, it's illegally crossing into America. That's how.
Again, if you open your borders up with no checks and balances, you have over 3,000 terrorists in this country. The fight is now in America, on our soil. And that's what the American people, that's why they're scared, and that's why they're willing now to say enough is enough. This administration, what has gone right? Nothing at any level. So, it should come as no surprise. It's like if you open your door to your house and invite everybody in, you're probably going to get some things missing or even worse. and that's where we are here in America.
Do you expect the president to sign a stand-alone Israel funding bill?
He says he's going to veto it, but look,
Right.
that's a non-starter with the House, and it's got to be separate from Ukraine funding. It's two different issues, Maria. We funded Ukraine over the last year, particularly. So Israel's got support, but it's got to be a standalone, and it's got to be a pay for. We're through borrowing money, writing checks on accounts we have no money in, and that's where we are.
Yeah, that's where we are, but the president is still trying to forgive student loan debt, for example, Congressman. So I don't think, has any intention of stopping this spending, given, despite the $33.5 trillion in debt.
No, he's not. And just like global warming is his biggest concern now. Think how ludicrous that is.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to change course, like he's not going to close the border. But we'll deal with it in the House. We'll take the vote, and whatever happens in the Senate, that's up to them.
All right, Congressman, we'll be watching your work. Thanks very much for being here. Ralph Norman joining us this morning.